philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
These are volatile times in the stock market.
Market's up 200, then it's up 800, it's up 700.
How do you get the facts when investing?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. If you're confused about the stock market, get unconfused. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and listen to my radio show every weekday at 3 Eastern. What is the market going to do? We know exactly what the market's going to do.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
There's no need for you to be losing money.
Check it out, philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also, listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Bill, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Bill's gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this. But it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
philsgang.com.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
And when you look at, the positives, if you take the ledger and you look at the positives and the negatives in the marketplace, we starting to see more positives.
Where are the positives? 3 stocks, 4 stocks, that's all that's positive. What are they talking about? Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of Phil's Gang. It's amazing. This entire market is going up off of these 4 stocks. As I said yesterday, even with this quarter that we're reporting, as a matter of fact, NVIDIA just reported yesterday. In fact, NVIDIA, if you look at all these stocks, the big stocks, Microsoft, as I told you, their earnings were down about 43%. Apple about 8%, Meta about 40%, and Google 22%, Amazon 87%, and NVIDIA is supposed to come in around 38%. But when they reported, they gave a big surprise, unbelievable. Most of the surprise was their forecast, which drove the stock. But regardless, as I always tell my members, NVIDIA is our favorite stock. If you were the gang and you got in January, that's when we started to buy all these stocks. We started to buy January, February, March. NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, and those stocks were really carrying the market. And they're up 150. NVIDIA's up 150% on its own. That's insane. And what's really starting to push these stocks is all the talk about AI. If you pull that talk out, these things would be tanking. So we have such a thin market. People don't understand that. And we've been shorting, as I told you the other day, we've been shorting all the staples that everybody jumps into when the economy starts going down. People get scared, like Coca-Cola, Budweiser, all those stocks. And we started to short those stocks, especially Coke. And those keep going down. And we're making money on those. The more they keep pressuring these Q stocks to go up, these 3-4 stocks that are making the Qs go up, we're shorting gold. Gold's going down, so we're making money on the Qs going up, making money on gold going down, gold mining stocks, and we're making money on all those stocks everybody jumps in to be safe, all the staples. We're making money on those. And people keep asking, well, how long can these stocks keep going up? Well, until they stop. That's the answer. And as long as you keep having these people who we call tourists come in, and they're the ones buying the stock. In fact, last night, a lot of this rally, when they came out last night, we had this big rally today in that stock, in NVIDIA. A lot of that was short covering. It's not new money coming in there. That's short covering. Most people don't realize that. But if you think about, again, as I said yesterday, you have these 4 stocks. Let's just call it Microsoft, Apple, Meta, and NVIDIA. Okay, those are the real powerhouses. That's the stock market today. That's it. And you're seeing, as I say, stocks like, the box stores are going down. I mean, stock after stock's going down. So this is where the game is. This is where everybody's putting their money, and they're all going to get caught because this is a bear market rally. But nobody wants to believe it. But here's the real problem. If you combine that, where we have 4 stocks holding up the whole stock market, there's about 4,000 stocks, 2,000, we'll use that number because those are recognizable names. So you got 4 stocks holding up 2,000 stocks, and people are feeling very complacent. This is so dangerous. Just look at the VIX index. The VIX index is so low, there is no fear. People really believe this market's not going to go down again. That's crazy. But when you combine what's going on with 4 stocks with the economy as a whole, it's really dangerous. And you know what's really funny is these people that we have in Washington, especially on the Federal Reserve, are so stupid, so dumb. I mean, everybody knows when you try something, right, and it doesn't work, you don't do it again. Not these people, not Powell. They've been doing the same thing every time, and it fails. What is that? Each time when our economy slows, okay, it's not growing, the Fed goes in to their playbook. They pull out the same page with the same instructions. The same instructions. They did that with the dot-com crash, 9/11, housing crash, and now they're in the pandemic crash. They'll never change. Each time when the economy slows, they expand the inventory of money at the banks. Especially what we're going through right now, what's crashing this market right now is what they did in 2020 for the pandemic, when they went in and printed all this money. So each time when there's a problem with the economy, the Fed expands the inventory of money at their banks. And it was an historic amount of money. Never before have they ever expanded money to their banks as they did 2020 when the pandemic hit. I mean, it's like a crazy number. It was something like 20 or 30%. In other words, if you take the basket of banks, look at all the money they have, and let's say it increases on an average of, say, 6% a year, it's something like 25, 35% in 1 year. That's how much money they printed. This is amazing. So, and what they do with that money, which is crazy, they keep they take that inventory of money at these banks and mandate the banks to expand their credit at low rates. Now, the idea is to make people feel, they're wealthier than they actually are. When you expand credit and give people low rates and you loan that out to people, they feel wealthy. And that's the idea. They want you to feel wealthy. So you go and buy something so that we can grow the economy. This is how stupid they are. But it never works. What they end up growing is debt and inflation. That's what they grow. And that happens every time, especially after a catastrophe like the dot-com crash and the housing crash and 9/11 and a pandemic. Each time they do this, and the last time, the pandemic, the problem we're in right now, they do the same thing again. They mandate the banks, we're going to have Treasury print all this money. We want you to take the money, expand this money, and just keep on lowering rates, get this money out the door, keep, writing loans. And they do that every time. And that's not the formula. That's not the cure. That's not the prescription to get out of the mess we're in. This is not going to end well. Yes, I'm delighted. My gang member's delighted because we're in the same stocks. But we're also shorting other stocks because we know this is not going to last. But what's not going to last and what's going to really take this economy down and this market down is that the Fed will not change their ways. They use the same prescription every time they get the flu. But this is not the flu. This is stage 4 cancer. Stage 4 cancer. That's what's going on. So when you hear all this happy talk, as I always tell you, learn how to sell short. That's the only way you're going to protect yourself. I'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy this stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, everybody's excited today because we had one stock, NVIDIA, which is our favorite stock. And we've been in that stock. We've been in that stock since January 20th till today. Matter of fact, we're in Apple, we're in Microsoft. These are our bonus stocks. But we realize that these can't hold. You can't have a whole market, whole economy be held up by actually now one stock. Not when you got the debt we have. And not when the monetary policy is the same one that failed with the dot-com crash. The same one that failed with the housing crash. They use the same monetary policy every time they get in trouble, and it doesn't work. And the monetary policy is simple. What they do is just keep on printing money. The Treasury. The Fed gives the money then to the banks and mandate the banks to expand credit and to lower rates, access to just easy credit. Anybody can borrow. This is what they do every time. Easy credit, expand credit. And when they do that, when they expand the credit, when the bank, think about this, you're a banker, you're running a bank. All of a sudden you're forced to take on another, let's say you have, just for sake of argument, $5 million in your bank. You loan it, it comes back, you loan it. Now they call you and say, we're sending over $20 million. You've got to get it out the door. This is what they do every time there's a crisis. So that forces the bank to drop rates and credit. That's the big thing. Drop their credit. Just like what they did for the housing bubble, what Baby Bush did. Remember? Anybody could buy a home. Now, the problem is the credit is, when they expand the credit, called expanding the credit, well, they expanded the money. We know how they did that, printed. But to expand the credit, anytime you expand credit so quickly, where you want to get that money out the door, it's simulated credit. It's not real credit. And that makes spending go wild. And demand escalates. And so do prices. That's called inflation. And then what do? Like they're doing now. Oh, Okay, now mandate the banks to tighten credit. First they tell them to get all this new money out. Now they tell them to tighten, to fight inflation. So now they mandate the banks, like they're doing now, to tighten, to decrease lending, to decrease credit, decrease the money they have at their bank, their money supply they hand out in loans, decrease that. That's called tightening. So now consumers' access to money decreases, like now what's going on. In fact, mortgage applications are now at a 28-year low. Home sales are down 23% year to year. Home prices are dropping 11%, all because of this monetary policy. All because of this monetary policy. Now they're reversing their policy. First, give credit. Now, tighten credit. Manufacturing's at a 14-year low because of it. Back orders have dropped most in 3 years. Now we have the layoffs. Layoffs are coming from the banks. Layoffs are coming from Silicon Valley. And manufacturing, you're going to tsunami wave from manufacturing layoffs. That has in turn forced withdrawals. Currently, we have record savings withdrawals, record $262 billion home equity withdrawals, and record 401k withdrawals. Savings have dropped from $2 trillion to $500 billion. That's about a 68% drop. But what do they tell us?
The economy's been great. The data have held up better than expected.
So what data is she looking at? I'm looking at the real data. This is the government's data. It's not good data, is it? So all hopes now are pinned on not 3 stocks anymore, but 1. When we got an economy that's being forced to contract, when we got banks tightening, and all the tightening is going to do is break. Then, I mean, think about it. They did the same thing after the dot-com, right, crash. What happened? Boom, they broke it. We had a big, same thing. That's what caused the dot-com crash. That's what caused the housing crash. And then as we go in the pandemic hit, remember, we were just raising rates. We started to raise rates in 2015, quarter point. By the time we got to 2020, we were up 1.5 points. And the pandemic hits, they said, no, lower, right back to 0 again. This is insane. So now you got what's pushing these tech stocks, these 4 tech stocks, especially NVIDIA, is all this artificial intelligence, all this talk. So spending, again, went wild. She was saying what was she saying about the economy's never been so great because of Biden? What? The national debt is up 181% since 2006. Deficits are up 54%. Record spending. He's spending $73 trillion, the budget. He's spending $73 trillion over the next 10 years, so we don't have the money. Right now, that's the highest sustained debt level ever. That's 23% of our GDP. That's insane. That's brought, and things are so bad now, back orders, all these manufacturers say that back orders right now are the lowest they've seen in 3 years. They're closing 23 manufacturing facilities a day. And yet they're telling us how things are great. So what do you do to make money? Do exactly what we've been doing. Don't listen to any of that noise. If you start listening to that noise and you make your decision based on that noise to invest, you got to be out of your mind. Follow the money in the stocks. And that way, and if you know how to short as well as they'll go long, you'll do great. More when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
I would say if you look at what the president has done the last 2 years and the leadership that he has shown in passing historic pieces of legislation, passing in the Inflation Reduction Act, when he brought the Democrats together to pass his first legislation, which is the American Rescue Plan that helped get the economy back on its feet, that is a president that has led.
We got more revenue coming in to our coffers at any time in American history. The problem is the Democrats had been in power and they increased the amount of spending to the highest level we've ever had at any time in American history, especially to GDP. And now we have the highest debt at any time to American history.
And in the 28 months he's been in office, he's wiped out a near record $687 billion in value, in market value, stock market value. Wiped out, gone. He caused the yield to invert. We now have historic debt and deficits. Deficits kill you, kills your economy. We have an economy that's shrinking. Record household debt, record commercial debt, corporate debt. Are you kidding me? Household debt? Savings have dropped 61%. Biggest savings withdrawals, home equity withdrawals, biggest 401k withdrawals because people are strapped. Savings gone, so they're withdrawing all their money. Home sales are now down 23% year over year. Record auto debt, record student loan debt. I mean, come on. Manufacturing shot to hell. Biden, he spent over 22 months a record $7 trillion. How do you do that? And we're broke. We have no money. We have the United States of America has a negative net worth. So, and they talk about the infrastructure bill? That's a joke. It had nothing to do with infrastructure. $400 billion. The Inflation Reduction Act, that didn't reduce inflation. What's they talking about? That's $748 billion. Come on, give me a break. So do what we're doing, what the other gang members are doing. We're going to just make sure, okay, that while all this craziness is going on, and they're depending on just 3 stocks to keep the market rallying, we're going to stay in those stocks. If you look at the stocks that we're in, I'm going to do it right now for you. If you look at the stocks we're in, and we've been in, and first of all, our 6 stocks that we stay in all year, about 75-80% of our income comes from these same stocks. The Spiders, that's an ETF, the Qs, and gold, GDX. Now, we're short GDX right now, and we're doing terrific with GDX. But because we know how to short, when they've been pushing up the Qs because of these 3 stocks, we knew gold would drop. So we got our members to sell short GDX. We're doing terrific. At the same time, we're long the Qs. So Apple, JP Morgan, okay, we have 1 gold stock of our 6 is AU. We're short that right now. It's doing well. And we have one of our Marathon Oil. And we have Boeing. And we're shorting that right now. And we shorted Target. Target, we've been short Target, I think, from around 153. Now it's down to 140, whatever that gain is. So our members so that's about 8%. So these are the stocks: Apple, JP Morgan, AU, MROBA, and Target. We stay in those all year. And then we have the 2 ETFs, Spiders and the Qs. And then we have our group of bonus stocks. These are the only bonus stocks we work. We have Meta, that's our stock, Apple, Nvidia, and Amazon. Then our banks are the best banks. Goldman Sachs, Citi, Morgan Stanley, and Wells Fargo. And then we have the defensive stocks, the staples. We have the best. Hershey, which, by the way, we're shorting. We're doing well with it. We also have McDonald's. We just started to short McDonald's, doing a swing trade on that. It's starting to look very good. Soon we're going to switch it over to our long-term position trading chart. We also shorted Starbucks. That's one of our bonus stocks. We just started shorting, and we're doing well shorting. Now just think, if we weren't shorting Starbucks, okay, and if we weren't shorting McDonald's, if we weren't shorting Hershey, if we weren't shorting Target, we'd be like the tourists. They'd be losing money because they refuse to learn how to sell short, or they're just staying with one stock. One of those three stocks. The stocks we always look at that are the bellwether of this country is Caterpillar. That's tanking. That's been a beautiful short. Nice short. In fact, if you were with us on our color-coded chart, you would have started shorting that probably somewhere around $228. Now it's at $209. Chart turned red. That's a nice 8%, nice and safe. And then we also bought the stock. We also bought Caterpillar back in October. Got in about 190, and then at 190 we got out somewhere around 237. But we have the skills, and that's probably about a 10% gain, and then we have the skills to wait to short, and then we short it. See, that's the difference. If you have that skill to short, what a difference it makes. And with the color-coded chart, it takes all the guesswork out of it. It doesn't turn red unless there's enough money coming out that tells you the stock's going down. So if you look at this bellwether, Caterpillar's going down, Hog going down. That was a great short. If you started to short Hog when it turned red, you got in probably around $45. It's now $32. Okay, that's about a 29%. Well, no, wait, we got about $35. Sorry, $35. So that's a 22% return on Hog. FedEx, that's starting to, remember, FedEx has been doing pretty well. Now it's ready to roll over. Home Depot, that's gotten hit. But again, you can short it. So the point I'm trying to make is, if you keep listening to the fake business network and all you do is focus on these 3 or 4 stocks, and that's all you're going to get caught. This is the biggest bear trap ever. So why don't you invest around it? Stay with those stocks when they make new highs. They're called power stocks. So when, in other words, to play it safe, just take your, just take those 3 stocks. I'm going to put them up right here now. Let's see. And you take those 3 stocks, and all you do, here, they are right here. So you take Meta. When Meta, right now, Meta is trading, I'm putting it right now up on my chart. See how it turned green? So Meta turned green at March 13th, right here, right in this area here, March 7th to 13th. And then it gapped up. So anyways, we're still in it. But what you do is, if you want, it's now if you go out a year, it's at a new high. There's no sellers above it. Nobody's selling into it right now. There's no sellers above it. So you wait till it makes another new high. It's at 253. So let's say you get it at 255. Put a stop under, and ride it as long as it wants to keep going up. You do this. We'll show you how to do this. Same thing with Apple. Wait till it makes a new high. But don't buy until it does. Same thing with Nvidia and Amazon. How can you not make money?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about
With
it.
the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with philsgang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership, or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's www.philsgang.com, and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
Thank you, Steve. If you want to join our gang, again, 10 days, it doesn't cost you a penny, and during that 10 days, you're going to learn how to sell a stock short. When you're caught just all you can do is buy a stock, I don't know how you make money. I mean, give you an example. The small mid-cap banks, symbol KRE, we shorted that. We knew those banks were going to go down. So I remember shorted KRE. Depending on where you got in, it dropped 36%. Now, I'm not saying every gang member made 36%. The point is they were in the right stock at the right time and going in the right direction short. Some probably made 5%, some made 38%, 25%, because everybody takes profits at different points. But the point is, we identified those banks were going to go down, and we were correct, and they went down. We also knew the Qs were going to go up. And we're up about 20% in the Qs. We bought those in between January and February. We kept adding to them. And we kept Meta, same thing, between January and February. Told them to get in, because after we had that crash, after the market went down, the tech market went down 38%, I said, anytime over 35% or more, they're going to recover. Stocks, always the institutions come in and they have to buy those stocks to make their profits from shorting. So that's why we're up Meta 114% and Microsoft and Apple. We're in every one of those, but we're not sitting here going, oh, everything's terrific. Oh, everything's over now. They're going to stop raising rates. Oh, there's no inflation anymore. No, things are getting worse, not better. Not bad. See, they don't tell you the truth. But while things are getting worse, you should still be making money in the market instead of losing money in a 401k. I don't get that. If you have a 401k, why don't you just learn how to buy the spiders or the Qs and short the spiders and the Qs? So you're always making money. When they're going up, you're making money. When you're going down, making money. Rather than sitting there every day losing money. And I heard him say it again today. It was Kramer, I think. Buying a dip, buying a dip. Buying what dip? We're not in an uptrend. What we are in right now is a short covering rally. What you saw yesterday, or in that big rally this morning, NVIDIA, a lot of that today was short covering. Look, I told you, when you start tightening credit, we've been through this. They started to tighten credit. We ended up with the dot-com crash. Because remember, the dot-coms, remember that big rally? Same thing. The Fed told the Treasury, print globs of money. The Fed took it, pushed it into the banks, mandated the banks to get that money out the door. What do? Lower rates, and credit standards. What happened? Had the crash. After 9/11, what happened? Baby Bush, he wanted to get the housing market going. They do this every time after some crash or some catastrophe, and they want to grow the economy. So you think Bush would have looked at the dot-com crash? Well, I'm not going to do that. It doesn't work. He does the exact same thing. How stupid could he be? Has the Treasury print money, gives the money to the Fed gives to all their banks, and mandates the banks, here you go, you got all this money, we're increasing your money supply, your inventory, get it out the door. Well, how am I going to do that? Lower your rates, get your rates down. What about my credit? Lower your credit standards. And then that's how the bubble grew with the housing. You know what happened with that. There was inflation. The prices were going crazy. So what they do? They had to stop it. And what do you do to stop it? The money that you told them to put in to get out the door with easy credit and low and access to low rates, you got to wheel that money back in. And that's when you have the crashes. So, the housing market crashed. Now, you'd think they would have learned from that, wouldn't you? But they didn't. They didn't learn from that either. They did the same thing again. Same thing again, right? With 2020, same thing. Oh, we got a pandemic. What are we going to do? Let's print more money than we ever did in history to give to our banks and force our banks to lend. And housing went crazy. So did inflation in housing. Here in Sarasota, a house was $500,000. You're now selling for $3.5 million. I don't know if they're going to get it, but it's how crazy the market went. But you got to stop that now. Look what happened to our inflation. So now what they do? Again, same thing that they did with the dot-com. Tighten the credit. Same thing they did with the housing problem. Tighten the credit. Now, tighten the credit. Don't they ever learn? These people that stupid? No, they're not stupid. They create the bubbles. They create them. They create them and pop them. Because the people behind the bubble is extremely wealthy. The 1%, not the 1%, the 1% who control the Federal Reserve, who controls Congress. They make money by building bubbles and popping the bubbles. So why are you not learning how to sell short? If all you do is buy stocks and you don't know how, you're going into a game, into a baseball game, and instead of bringing in a bat, you're bringing in a, fly swatter. And then no one's talking about the banks. The banks are in a disaster. And yet with the banks, they're saying, oh, the economy's getting better. What? Especially election time now. All the lobbyists are handing out money to all the candidates to make sure that corporate taxes will be lowered. We hear that every time. When I get in office, I'm going to lower corporate taxes. They need to lower their corporate rate. We got to lower their corporate rate. They're paying more than all the other countries in the world. That's wrong. When they said that, we were paying 27.1%, and the other countries paying 21%. Today, we're at 21%. So that's a lie. We're paying more than all the other countries. Now, the other lie, we got to lower the taxes for big corporations they need cash to make investments in new jobs, new machinery. What? For 13 years, what have they been doing with their profits? They've been plowing it back into their company for business investment. They've been doing stock buybacks. But nobody's going to say that. Well, those corporations, we got to help them. We got to lower their tax rate because they don't have enough cash to invest in new jobs. Same thing. Really? They got plenty of cash if they would start doing stock buybacks. So the corporations are not plowing their money back into their company. And the banks are in real trouble because they've been financing banks in Europe. The 5 biggest banks have been financing banks in Europe. Unbelievable. And nobody cares that these banks are far larger now than they were in 2008, too big to fail. And these 5 big banks, you know them, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, you know them, they have tremendous exposure to the European banks, which are in danger of going under. But nobody talks about that either. And these banks, especially the regional banks, that's why we've been short them, and we started to short the regional banks before anybody else did. Because they have great exposure to all these commercial loans that are going under. So none of that matters as long as you know how to short and go long. It only matters if all you do is buy stocks, then you better know everything I've been telling you. You better go study all that stuff. Otherwise, you don't need to study anything. My chart's red, you sell short. Green, you buy.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.